Welcome, welcome to another pre-week market outlook, hosted by yours truly, your big brother Skin Glow, aka Mr. Tall Dark and Determined to Make Change, aka Lit Cap Nate, aka the enjoyment specialist at your service, right? I hope you guys are well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you guys are watching. Let's get straight into it, shall we? Well, no, actually, where are my manners? Where are my goddamn manners? Right. Let's first get into the economic side of things. You know, the fundamental side of what could potentially be next week. Right. So first things first. And by the way, if I sound a little bit, I'm just recovering from a bit of a cold, so bear with me, guys. Yeah. So, like I was saying, this week, you know, we are pretty packed in terms of fundamentals. After Wednesday, between Monday and Wednesday, things are looking kind of looking kind of slow. That's the word I'll give it. So starting on Monday, we've got some, you know, Japanese holiday stuff. So I'm even cancelling out Monday myself. Obviously, we have got some Euro news. President Lagarde speaking. Some dollar news. Fed Chair Powell is going to be speaking at 2:00. Moving on to Tuesday, we've got some more speech from President Lagarde. Moving on to Wednesday, where things get more, a bit more exciting. We've got some CPI for the pound. We've got some new home sales for the dollar, stuff of that nature we've got happening on Wednesday. Moving on to Thursday, we've got some interest rate decision stuff for the Swiss yen. What else have we got that's interesting? We've got some PMI at 9:30 in the morning. We've also got some jobless claims for the dollar as well, which should pump some liquidity into the market if we're lucky. And last but not least, Friday, we've got some retail sales. It starts to quieten down on Friday, actually. You know, we've got some leaders summit stuff happening in the AM as well around 10:00. So yeah, Wednesday onwards should be where we start to see a lot of the liquidity kind of come into the market. However, you know, you guys have probably seen what's been going on with Russia and stuff. You know, the markets have been moving, you know, kind of crazy. So yeah, just be aware of that. You know, we might get some liquidity on Tuesday, so on and so forth. Right. So moving on, shall we? So starting off on GBP USD, I'll come over to the weekly. If I zoom out, we can actually see that we are actually bearish, right? With our series of lower lows and lower highs. We made this previous lower high just a tiny bit lower than this high over here, and then we started pushing lower. Now, what I found pretty interesting was that on the weekly, we had price play into this demand area down here. We had this institutional candle over here, you can see it. And then price started to move up. So coming down to the 4-hour, what I started immediately looking at was, you know, previous areas of supply to kind of be invalidated. And we kind of got that over here in this redistribution area. So, you know, we finally managed to push above here. On the way up, we did mitigate a lot of the, you know, the price action and the institutional candle, that we formed down here. So it kind of allowed me to take my interest away from these areas. Now, that's why I kind of started looking at this institutional candle here. Now, inside of this institutional candle, obviously, we would have had, you know, quite some orders filled in. Not filled in, sorry, quite some orders pumped in. Hence why we had this move off afterwards. So, you know, I would like to see price come and mitigate this candle and then potentially push up just to give us that retracement to this area up here, which is a redistribution on the weekly. It's an institutional candle. This weekly institutional candle here. So I would like to see price get up here to give us another, you know, lower high, because we've invalidated this lower low. So we came below the lower low, and I'd like to see us come up and form, you know, a newfound lower high. If we can do that, then I would like to see some, you know, some distribution happening inside here, which would give us the green light, if you will, for us to actually start looking for sales. But until that happens, you know, I would kind of be looking to stay away from this until we do see this. However, on the 4-hour, like I said, I would like us to get into this candle, potentially see a smaller time frame accumulation to push us up and, you know, get us up into these areas, potentially fill in this liquidity, take out these equal highs and so on and so forth, right? So that should be pretty interesting for GU. So let's see how that unfolds. Moving on, next off, we're going to be looking at USD JPY, one of my best friends in regards to pairs, right? So starting off on the daily, if I just zoom out again, we can see that we are heavily, heavily bullish. Literally, we are so bullish right now. It's crazy. We had a crazy rally up as well. If I zoom in a bit more, you can see this rally up. So, and by the way, pay attention to kind of what led us to push up into this area. We had this demand area down here, this institutional candle here as well, which actually pushed us up. So, you know, eventually I would like to see us get down here. However, because of the nature of, you know, the bullishness that we've had, you know, we may not get all the way down here before we have a push up. It's very likely that we won't even, you know. So with that in mind, you know, I started coming down in timeframes and started to look at the actual, you know, the smaller time frame swings. So on the 4 hour, you can see, you know, we've had a series of high, 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 low, high, 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 low. And then we've made a higher high. So what I was kind of waiting for now was to see us kind of get down into this area here. You know, this will kind of be the last area that I'd be looking at buyers before, you know, we kind of had to change our perspective to potentially looking at sales to give us that retracement. But these two candles here kind of stood out to me. We had these two candles here. We had a push up above the previous highs and left some imbalance here as well. So I would like to see UJ come down into this area, give us a smaller time frame accumulation, you know, to kind of confirm that we could potentially push higher, and then, you know, start looking for those buys in there. If we can get that, I'll be very, very happy with that. That's probably one of the main things I'm going to be, you know, keeping an eye out for this week. So, you know, if you guys are in the Discord, stay tuned for that. If you guys are not in the Discord, get access to the Discord and then stay tuned for that, right? So moving on to my last pair that I want to discuss with you guys, US 30, right? So US 30, again, another interesting pair in regards to the price action that we've been getting. So if I just zoom out, we can see that, you know, we were bullish, heavily bullish at a point, and then we broke structure down here, had a higher, a lower high, lower low. So I would really be looking to see price start to show us signs to, you know, to start making its way to the downside if we are going to continue this bearish momentum and, you know, come below these lows and so on and so forth. So, you know, we've got this area here. If I come down to the 8 hour, you can see we've got this institutional candle that actually pushed us lower than, you know, pushed us below this low. And that's kind of why my attention was kind of drawn to this area. So highlight this area, you know, we finally come up and return back to it. On approach to us, you know, coming up here, price was pretty heavily bullish. So, you know, it would be nice to kind of see us have some sort of, you know, some sort of distribution inside of this area to give us signs for us to come lower. If we can get that, amazing. If we don't, you know, we get above this area up here, then it might be, you know, that will then mean that it's time for us to kind of push our bias from, you know, from being bearish and looking at sells to then being bullish and looking for buys, right? So that is the 3 pairs I wanted to go over with you. I hope you guys got value. Just before I let you guys go, you know what I'm going to do, right? So don't act surprised. Lit Capital website, right? I need you guys to, if you're watching this right now, come over to the website and get involved with us if trading is something that you're very serious about, right? Like I always say, the Discord is £25 a month, you know, cheaper than some gym memberships, you know. So if you are, like I said, if you are really, really serious about this, get access, right? We have a group course, you know, which is not expensive at all. If you want to know a bit more about, you know, what is provided within the group course, you know, have a look at the website, book a free consultation, and someone on the team will be, you know, will get in contact with you as soon as possible to help you, you know, kind of kickstart your trading journey. On that note, I hope you, like I said, I hope you guys have got value. And yeah, it's your big bro, the Skin Glow, out. Take care. And remember, every day is money day. Peace and love.